Welcome to the Urban Survivor channel, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at 5 keychain flashlights that each have a primary LED like you're used to seeing in all other flashlights, along with some combination of auxiliary LEDs, and they're useful for signaling and in many cases provide a more diffuse light. Many of them also have glowing bodies which get activated with light and can make them easier to find in the dark, and they look great on your keychain. We're going to be taking a quick look at each of these lights and comparing their beam shots, their max outputs and minimum outputs, and their run times, their weights, lengths, charging types, and more. Before we dive in, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to pick up any of these lights, you can find links in the description below. Also, if you haven't already, you can check out my new YouTube Shorts channel, which has a bunch of different 60-second videos showing off these flashlights and other great everyday carry gear. We're going to start off with a quick introduction to each of these lights before diving into the comparisons. This is the RovyVon A5XU, and I've had this light for quite a while now, and you may have seen it in some of my other videos. This is the Cree XPG3 version, but you can also get it with an Achia 219C LED. This is the only light that has a regular lens and an orange peel reflector. The rest of the lights have TIR. This light has the highest output and also has the longest runtime on its lowest output mode. The Nitecore Tiki GITD is a really affordable light, and this version is unique because it has a blue glow-in-the-dark body. It has one of the lower max outputs, but it has one of the best moonlight modes with a max runtime of 44 hours. It's also one of the most lightweight and one of the shortest lights here. This is the Astrolux K2, and despite the fact that it's also one of the most affordable lights, it also has a very impressive lineup of features, including variable output control, and it also has a luminous SST20 LED with a CRI greater than 90. This is the 4000K version, but you can also get one in 6500K. This is the XTAR T1, and this is the only light without a luminous body. However, it does have a really strong aluminum alloy body, so if durability is a concern, then this is a good light to consider. It has a really high 500 lumen output and a very sleek looking black body. This is the Jetbeam Mini One SE, and it also has a really high output and very competitive pricing. This is one of the shortest lights of the ones here, but it also has the most auxiliary light output modes, including red, green, blue, and UV. We're going to start off with a quick comparison of each of these lights on their highest output modes. On the top left, we have the RovyVon A5XU with the highest output at 650 lumens. To the right of that, we have the Nitecore Tiki, which has a 300 lumen output, and the Osram P8 LED. On the top right, we have the Astrolux K2, which also has a 300 lumen output. Beneath that, we have the XTAR T1 and the Jetbeam Mini One SE, each with 500 lumens and Cree XPG3 LEDs. Here's a quick shot showing their moonlight or low output modes along with their max runtimes. The RovyVon A5XU has a 3 lumen output and the longest runtime at 66 hours. On the top middle, we have the Nitecore Tiki GITD with a 1 lumen moonlight and a 40-hour max runtime. And next to that is the Astrolux. And unfortunately, I don't have the minimum output and the max runtime data on this light, but it does appear to have one of the lowest outputs of all the lights, and most likely it's below 1 lumen, and it also would have excellent runtimes as well. On the bottom left, we have the XTAR T1 with a 2 lumen output and a 4-hour runtime, and in the bottom middle, we have the Jetbeam Mini One SE with a 2 lumen output and a 15-hour max runtime. Now we're going to be taking a look at the feature that sets these lights apart from most other keychain flashlights, which are the auxiliary LEDs. All of these lights have some combination of white, red, blue, and green LEDs, and a UV light as well. The auxiliary LEDs often provide a more diffuse lantern-style light, and they're great for hands-free use. Many of them also have signal and strobe modes. If you want to see a more in-depth look at each of these auxiliary modes, you can check out my YouTube Shorts channel, which is linked to in the description. Most of these lights also have luminous bodies, which actually glow after being exposed to a light source, and this is a look at the lights with glow-in-the-dark bodies. Here's a quick look at their charging types and battery capacity. All of these lights have a built-in battery and can charge via USB. The Astrolux K2, the Jetbeam Mini One SE, and the XTAR T1 have USB-C inputs, and the RovyVon A5XU and the Nitecore Tiki GITD have micro USB inputs. The RovyVon has the significantly largest battery capacity at 330 mAh, while the rest of the lights are somewhere in the 135 to 100 mAh range. This is how they stack up in length and weights, and there's a $1 bill in the background for size comparison. They're all roughly the same length, but the RovyVon is the longest and the Jetbeam is the shortest. The XTAR T1 is the heaviest at 18.5 grams, and the Nitecore Tiki GITD is the most lightweight at 12.3 grams. Here's how they stack up in IP ratings. The Jetbeam has the best rating at IPX8, followed by the Nitecore Tiki, the RovyVon, and the Astrolux. The XTAR does not have an IP rating posted, but they do mention that this light should not get wet. Let me know which of these lights is your favorite in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more flashlight comparisons like this one.